Yo, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet Violet VGC video. I'm your host, Jose Rocks, and today we have another episode of Journey Through VGC. The current format we are in is Regulation F. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Alright, welcome back everyone. So we got a banger today. So today we have a team that is built around Registeel, and I think that this is one of the best Registeel teams that you can have, and everything on this team just pretty much supports Registeel as far as getting set up so it can really sweep the game and deal with a lot of the meta Pokemon. So when you think about Registeel, a lot of people, you know, it's going to be iron defense, body press, and pretty much it's going to wall a bunch of physical attackers. And the only things that really deal with it are special attackers and like things that ignore defense boosts like Sacred Sword. And now we have coverage to be able to deal with those special attackers. So to fix the special attacking issue, I wanted to build this team with Porygon. And this Porygon set is actually going to be Eerie Impulse with Recover, Trick Room, and Tera Blast. The Tera Blast, Tera Fairy is just good into a lot of the dragons that are in the format right now. Being able to hit them with, you know, super effective Tera Blast and without going for a Tera is still a powerful normal type attack. It's just really good coverage for this Porygon. But the Eerie Impulse is the key here. So Eerie Impulse along with Trace is really valuable, especially if your opponent leads something like a Tornadus or a Whimsicott into your team. Eerie Impulse gets, if you trace the Prankster, now you have Prankster on your Eerie Impulse and you're able to neutralize those special attackers before they can even move, and they can't deal that much damage to Registeel. But the idea is that I usually like to go for like a Trick Room, protect Registeel, and then the following turn once Trick Room's up, because they usually like to try to remove Registeel before it can set up, and that's usually like a free Trick Room for Porygon. Then the following turn, if you're up against special attackers, you just go for that Eerie Impulse and then iron defense, right? And you're dropping their special attack by 2 and also getting +2 on your defense, and now you're able to set up and they can't really deal with Registeel without like getting a lucky crit on it, right? And I think that's very valuable for this Registeel set. The Registeel set is going to be Fire Tera. So Fire Tera is to help you deal with things that want to burn Registeel, whether it's like a Will-O-Wisp from Incineroar, a Will-O-Wisp from Hisuian Arcanine, a Will-O-Wisp from just any Pokemon that traditionally carry it, maybe like a Sableye, or also things that want to burn you like with like fire type attacks, and the secondary effect burns you, Sacred Fire from Entei, or even the burn effect from Gouging Fire from when you body press into it and it goes for a burn and bulwark. You're able to get around these burns so that they can't reduce your damage output coming off your body press. And you'll see that this Registeel is able to get to +6 very easily due to how much support it has on this team. So we already talked about the Trick Room, having access to Trick Room and Eerie Impulse helps Registeel, but also Registeel's Clear Body ability with the leftovers allow you to not be able to have your stats dropped or reduced, and you're able to heal passively every time you go for a protect. Next we have Incineroar. Incineroar also protects Registeel with the Intimidates as well as like Fake Out and Parting Shot. And being able to fake out and then parting shot into another fake out user, which is going to be Rillaboom, or a redirection user, which is going to be Ogrepon, is just really valuable for this Pokemon in order to allow Registeel setup. So this team is very heavily setup oriented around Registeel, and you have a lot of tools that can help you do that. The Tera that we're going to be using on Incineroar is going to be Dragon. So Dragon gives you really good coverage into like the Ogrepons that traditionally like Incineroar likes to Tera into grass and into water. And when you do that, you become weak to like Fire Ogrepon if you Tera into grass, and if you Tera into water, you become too weak to both the Ogrepons that are common with their grass type attacks, right? And Ghost Tera is also pretty, you know, predictable on Incineroar right now. So I think that Dragon Tera is just a good Tera that gives you like a lot of resistances, and you're already decently good into like fairies without having the Tera. So I think that Tera, like in a late game or just enabling Incineroar to survive a turn against powerful like water type attacks and get a parting shot off, is just so essential into allowing Registeel to be able to set up. Next we have Rillaboom. So of course Rillaboom is going to be a water Tera, pretty standard set with Woodhammer, high horsepower Grassy Glide. We chose to go high horsepower over something like U-Turn because I felt like the ground coverage is just really wanted on this team, and being able to like hit something for super effective ground coverage and allow Registeel to finish something off if they can't one-shot it with a body press is just really valuable in my opinion. Of course, it's also a fake out user that likes to combo with Incineroar to give Registeel like a lot of fake out support. Next we have Ogrepon. pretty standard Ogrepon. We do have enough speed investment to outspeed max speed timid Lander's Eye, and I felt like that's the benchmark that we needed to hit. And then the rest is pretty much dropped into bulk, and we have about 100 EVs into attack, just so we're able to deal a little bit of damage. Horn Leech is going to be able to heal you back somewhat from when you go for your grass type attacks. And of course, Ivy Cudgel is just a water type attack that has a chance to crit. The Follow Me redirection is just really good against things like Urshifu Water. Urshifu Water is good into this Registeel. Going for Surging Strikes, you can't Tera into water to get around it, which is one of Registeel's common Tera types. And now you have the Ogrepon that can protect you against Urshifu Water and soak up those Surging Strikes, right? And that's really valuable in my opinion to allow Registeel to get off iron defenses and being able to remove Urshifu before it can target it. And also comboing that with Rillaboom and Grassy Glides is really good to allow Registeel to sweep from their point. Last but not least, we have Raging Bolt. So Raging Bolt is going to be the Fairy Tera set. This set is really good into Urshifu Dark. Urshifu Dark is also something that can give you trouble, but with the combination of Tera Fairy on Porygon and Tera Fairy on Raging Bolt and Fake Out and Redirection, you can pretty much deal with it relatively easy. And we went for the Fairy Tera on this Pokemon just so we wanted to have a defensive Tera so we can get away from the ground weakness. And I didn't want Registeel plus Raging Bolt both sharing ground weakness before and after Tera, and that's why we went away from the electric Tera. But with booster energy, you're still able to deal a lot of damage, and you're so threatening that this also supports Raging Bolt by being, instead of being a support option, it's an offensive option that causes your opponent to react to Raging Bolt, which allows Registeel to set up right next to it because the target is going to be Raging Bolt usually first to deal with this damage output. Once they see like the booster energy activated, they know that it's going to be outputting a lot of damage. So it's also just something to just deter people from ignoring Registeel. And you'll see in the videos, in these 2 videos that I made with this team, that a lot of times you can just set up Registeel for free next to Raging Bolt because of how much attention Raging Bolt garners. But that's going to be it for a team breakdown. There is a rental code up at the top right, as well as a Pokepaste down in the description below. Let me know with a comment below if you guys like Registeel, if you like these type of competitive teams built around the new Pokemon, and if you just like this type of content, period. Subscribe for me because we are chasing 500 subscribers and we are so close. So every subscription that you guys give just pretty much helps us grow so that we're able to continue to put out this fun content for you and get you these competitive teams to help you climb the ladder and get into Master Ball if you're not there yet, and get up to, you know, the top 100 center on the rank ladder when you're able to get to that point. But that's gonna be it for a breakdown. Rental code up at the top right, Pokepaste down in the description below. Let's get into these battles. Alright, so for our first match we have Topher. He has Urshifu, Incineroar, Rillaboom. Most likely Water Urshifu. This looks like Wolfie's team. So how does his team with Water Urshifu beat Registeel? I guess just Water Urshifu, right? He should leave Fergraph. I think Rillaboom to help me beat. I mean, he doesn't really have real answers into. Let's reassess this. Do I even need to play towards Registeel? I think I do, right? But I want to bring Raging Bolt too. I want to have enough answers in the Urshifu so that I can just sweep with Registeel. So relieving Incineroar really weakened to the Urshifu. It's too slow paced. I can't fake out because of the Fergraph. Alright. I don't want to. Iron defense turn 1. think he's gonna go for a free Sword Stance here. Let's take this turn to get out. He should fake out Ogrepon, right? Because we're still threatening Ivy Cudgel. I think it should be Fergraph and Urshifu in the back. So that means he would have left Flutter Mane. Rillaboom, okay. So he's trying to catch me out, because if I protected Registeel here, then he would have a fake out next turn, right? And that's kind of what you do with the Rillaboom and Incineroar core. So he didn't bring either Fergraph or Urshifu, and I think you always have to bring Urshifu here. So I think there's no Fergraph. I'm gonna go for another Iron Defense. Dragon Pulse Ogrepon. You can't fake out both. I may should just went for a Body Press here, but I think another Iron Defense would do me well. He is gonna Tera, so I could have went for Thunderbolt here, but it's only 5 base power higher. Oh, he's not going for a fake out. It's a lot of damage. It's not enough to KO. Thunderbolt would have been huge here. If it survives with a smidget, then yeah, Thunderbolt would have been really good. Alright, it's Incineroar. But he really can't touch Registeel. So what's your last? I want to try to remove Ogrepon now. Because I think it's Urshifu in the back since he's targeting down Raging Bolt like this. That's a good protect. Is that a knockoff here? Yeah. That's a good play. I want to conserve my Raging Bolt. I mean, wouldn't you just switch here? Still don't know what's last. Did you really just bring Fergraph? Because otherwise I can... I need to remove this though. I think Ogrepon is my win con against Urshifu. I'm actually just gonna go for Thunderclap. Yeah, he switches. Good play. Oh, it's Flutter Mane, okay. He doesn't have good damage in the Registeel. So I don't need Raging Bolt, so I did well to conserve my Rillaboom and my Ogrepon. That's fine. I mean, you can knock out Raging Bolt here. Oh, you don't even knock it out. think, should I try to remove the flutter? I think a fake out is coming into the Registeel slot. And I want some chip on Rillaboom. Is he protecting flutter here? Oh, wow, so I could have just heavy slammed you. I need to play a little bit more aggressive here. Yeah, I messed up that bad. He doesn't have Frig Rap, so yeah, last turn would have won me the game if I just played a little bit offensive. That's why I didn't really want to keep protecting, well, start to protect Registeel. I totally forgot about Calm Mind on this team. So we know Incineroar is going to swap out this turn. I'm going to get Raging Bolt back in. Yep, okay, we get that turn right. It's probably a parting shot, if I had to say. Yep. Alright, so we don't get baited into that. And we KO whatever is coming in. Unless it's Rillaboom. Oh, beautiful damage. I wonder if he's gonna hard switch again. I want to just heavy slam flutter and protect both. Alright, he didn't hard switch. Oh, he didn't protect though, so we KO flutter here. So we finally get it off. Nice. And what is Rillaboom going for here? Wood hammer. Okay. And I think this should be game because he doesn't have a way to beat Registeel. Oh, that thing can take a wow, it can take a heavy slam from Registeel. Okay. The Thunderclap should always KO it, right? I can't believe that flutter didn't go down to that. We should survive a +2 Shadow Ball. Yeah, I don't want to just take a fake out Shadow Ball. Nice. Does he just KO Raging Bolt? Could have just went for Thunderclap there. Oh, we're faster. Nice. He still survives. This Flutter is crazy. But now he doesn't have any fake out plays. Alright, so now we threaten with priority from Rillaboom. Actually, I want to bring out Ogrepon and threaten the Incineroar. We should be able to take a +2 Shadow Ball from this slot. I just want to threaten the KO here. Nice. We eat that very well. Let's go, Registeel. This is a perfect game to showcase how you use this Pokemon. And now we finally get the KO on Flutter. That Flutter, Wolfey's Flutter is super bulky though, man. I'm impressed. He EV'd it to survive a Heavy Slam from Registeel. It's very impressive. And with like 2 Calm Mind boosts, and I was at -1 with Raging Bolt. The reason it didn't KO is because of the parting shot from the Incineroar, and then of course we had the which made us -1, and of course he was at +2. Special defense. But this should be game. You shouldn't be able to win from this point. You can't attack both. Nice, and we pull that game out. That was a very pivot heavy game, but I'm glad we was able to showcase, you know, how to use Registeel in that case. It literally just sat on the field, took a little bit of damage there, took a knockoff, but it relatively stayed healthy. And we only really lost Raging Bolt right at the end, and we was able to conserve all of our teammates. But that's just a masterclass of how to use Registeel, and I hope that, you know, that showcase you guys how you can use this Pokemon with the proper support around it. And also with Raging Bolt being so strong, it's kind of hard to ignore Raging Bolt. And in return, when you're focusing on like KO and the Raging Bolt, Registeel is able to pretty much set up really easily. If you see, he went for like the +3 Ivy Cudgel into our Raging Bolt to get us real low, and it still didn't pick up the KO. But that was a turn that attention was off of Registeel. I was able to get up, you know, our Iron Defense boost. But that's gonna be it for that battle. Let's get into the next one. We have David K, and he has, this is a cool team. So Sun, pretty much, Walking Wake, Entei, and Whimsicott, Flutter, Suncore, and then you have the Metagross and Chien-Pao. So he has a Firewater Grass core with this team, and he has a Fairy Dragon Steel core. I like that. It is a very balanced team. Fire Tera Registeel looks like it's pretty good outside of the Walking Wake. So do I want to play towards that? I think Trick Room is valuable in this case. I think I still want to leave Registeel. Ogrepon in the back. I think I want Fake Out. Yeah. I want Fake Out. I'm kind of thinking about bringing Raging Bolt and like sweeping under Trick Room with Raging Bolt, which could be a play that I can make. I don't know if it's consistent. So I want to go for just a Trick Room here, Tera Fire, Heavy Slam. Actually, I think I just want to start getting my boost up. We can threaten Flutter Mane on the Trick Room the following turn. So I mean, he's going on the offensive here. I wonder if he's going all in on knocking out Registeel. If he goes for a Sacred Fire and a Moonblast in the Registeel, he's gonna be pretty sad. It is Moonblast. Oh, you went after the Porygon. Oh, that's that Choice Band? Okay. There was not a way to get around that. But I am in trouble if he has... Raging Bolt in the back. I mean, Walking Wake. Flutterman should want to switch here. That's a very good double up into Porygon. I expect Walking Wake to come in here. Oh, it's Metagross. Even better for me. Yeah, that's got to be Choice Band Entei. There's no reason why else you would go for Flare Blitz into that slot. Yeah, Choice Band Entei with Flare Blitz plus Flutter Moonblast, probably Choice Specs. It's a lot of damage turn one. What if he didn't bring Walking Wake and his Chimpow in the back? Entei's gone. What is Metagross going for here? You already used your Tera. Psychic Fence. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. I think you have to bring Chimpow, right, with the Sacred Sword. Yeah, it's Chimpow. You can't tear here. Good protect. It's not doing too much. Yeah, Metagross can't really do anything to Registeel. I just need to remove Chimpow. Chimpow is the biggest threat. Let's reduce that damage from Chimpow just a little bit. Alright, that's a good read. Did you double that slot? Well played. Alright, so this is coming down to a Registeel game, but we are set up. Oh, he didn't protect Chien-Pao. Okay. Oh, and he went into the protect. So now we get a free body press off into Metagross. So that was a hard read by him, reading that I would just attack with yeah, he was reading that I would attack with Ogrepon. But now we just follow me and then just heavy slam the Flutter Man. Registeel is so good. Like, it just sits here and just, it doesn't faint. It doesn't take damage. I mean, you got a quick Shadow Ball Flutter here, right? But then I just KO you with heavy slam. And I've got a good feeling that that's Choice Specs Flutter. And unless you're bulky like the previous Flutter, like Wolfey's Flutter, which I doubt, based off how much damage it did to especially defensive Porygon. I think he's hoping on like a crit here. Crit. Nice. And it's not as bulky as Wolfey's. As you see, that heavy slam is supposed to pick up the 1 KO on Flutter. Nice. And all we got to do is not protect here, because what can happen is he can go for Stumping, we protect, and the next turn Stumping's power is doubled, because once you miss or go into a protect, it doubles the power of that move, and then he can double the power to a 150 base power, then get a crit and potentially knock me out, right? So long as we don't protect, I think that's game. Even if he crits here, it's not going to be as strong. Yeah, so he's playing towards that win con, right? Yep, perfect. So even if it was 75 base power, so even if he crit, it wouldn't have KO'd. But he could potentially KO us if that 75 base power went to 150 and he gets a crit, right? And nice, we're able to win another game. This team is so strong. It didn't feel good to lose Porygon turn 1 like that, but he didn't bring Walking Wake, right? And I guess from your perspective, if you're assuming like, which is the common Registeels, which are Tera Fairy and Tera Water, then Walking Wake really can't do as much damage to it. And you rather rely on Flutter Mane's damage, right? But Fire Tera is really perfect into like a lot of the things that really want to deal with Registeel, like whether it's a burn or whether it's Sacred Sword, whether it's which becomes neutral, and then we can intimidate with Incineroar, or whether it's Ivy Cudgel from like Fire Ogrepon, which can do a lot of damage. But the Fire Tera, you're just in a really good spot. But let's get into the next one. Alright, so our next match, this is a pretty cool team. So Incineroar, Primarina, Among Us, cool Fire Water, Grass Core, Gen 7 starters on the Primarina and Incineroar. Flutter, Scizor, and Thundurus. All he's missing is a Dragon, right? How does he beat my Raging Bolt? Primarina, right? But Primarina doesn't 100% beat it. And he has Flutter. And we are Fairy Tera here. I think this could be a Raging Bolt game. I know I want to bring these two to help with the Among Us and the Spores. I mean, I think if I just stay regular typing on Registeel, this will be in a good spot. Yeah, I kind of want to leave Incin and Porygon. I feel like Among Us is the biggest problem, but we have counterplay into it. I think I want to save my Tera for Raging Bolt. But Flutter and Among Us is probably the best lead that he can come out with. I really don't think he brings Scizor to this game. Oh, Thunderous Incineroar. Yeah, this one Ivy Cudgel. Oh, that's a 1-hit KO. We get the crit. That's very fortunate for us. But that's a huge piece down from turn 1. Oh, it's Wild Charge. It's physical. Oh, he got a crit back. Okay, that's fair. I mean, we got the knockout though. But that means you can't do anything. I thought you might be taunt on the Thunderous, but it's a physical Defiant variant. Alright, so there's the Among Us. But you can't do anything into Registeel, right? Unless you have Flutter and... It has to be Flutter plus Primarina. One of those two. But I have these two. I think I just want to Iron Defense here. I switch in the Rillaboom. He hasn't Tera, so he could be like Tera Acrobatics. He could put me to sleep, but like, I mean, he's not doing any damage to Registeel. And he was baiting out Intimidate. Like if I led Incineroar, oh, that's a really good read. I wonder why he didn't go for that turn 1. I guess he read me going for a Water Tera. Another crit. I want to conserve my fake out on Rilla. No sense in just giving it up for free, right? And I have good switches here. I just need to KO the things around Among Us. It's not doing anything. Alright, Registeel wakes up. Nice. I figured he was gonna go after Raging Bolt. That was Flutter. Is it just Raise Powder? Well played. Could have got a free Thunderbolt off there. Alright, I need to start dealing damage to Among Us. Because Among Us is causing issues here. I feel like we have the win. We just have to get rid of the Among Us. Or get rid of the Flutter. Just targeting down Registeel. Smart. Everything's taking a nap. But if we wake up in heavy slam, then we just win right here. Oh, that's game. Let's go, Registeel. That's the third flutter we've knocked out. You keep bringing your flutters, but my Registeel is just too bulky on the special defense side, even without using amnesia. And now you just pretty much lose from here. Like, you can put everything to sleep, but how do you break Registeel with Thunderous and Among Us, with physical Thunders? Yeah, that wake up was so clutch by Registeel. We just our defense for good measure, and then we just Dragon Pulse and disappear. Battle was canceled. Let's go! This team is so good. I love it. If you guys like Registeel or you like these type of teams that I'm building, go ahead and leave a like for me. Subscribe. Turn those post notifications. We are chasing 500 subscribers, and we are so close. And every subscribe or subscription that you guys put in helps us. But that was a pretty fun game, and like this is how you use Registeel. Like it sits on the field. None of my opponents have been able to KO it thus far, but let's continue to play. Let's get into the next one. Okay, so we have Raging Bolt, Gouging Fire, Ogrepon, Wellspring, Fluttermane, King Gambit, and Tornadus. I mean, this screams Registeel again, right? Like, what does he beat it with? Raging Bolt, Flutter, and not really Thunderous doesn't beat. Tornadus doesn't beat it at all. It can taunt it though. I think we go with the Trick Room Core. I think King Gambit comes out on lead, right? I think I want to bring my own Bolt because it pressures so much. Rillaboom fake out plus priority into Flutter is going to be valuable. I don't think I bring Ogrepon and Incineroar. We may be throwing, we'll see. Oh, we chased Defiant. I mean, it's not like it matters here, though. Earn defense. Trick Room. I don't think he's going to go for a fire attack turn one. Props to my opponent if... Oh. Whew, I got scared for a second. Because what he could have done is like, you know, Flare Blitz, you got a big amount of chip. Or even like a Heat Crash. I mean, if it's Heat Crash, it's not doing too much to Registeel because we're both heavy, right? Yeah, you got a Tera King Gambit here now, right? I can't believe he protected turn one. He just gave us I guess he might assume I might just go for a straight body press, but yeah, I mean, just the free defense boost. I'll take it. And the Porygon strategy is so good here because his special attackers in the back, like we have 3 Empress for those. Decent chip. Alright, we eat that pretty well. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to Tera. just in case of. I just want to cover for the heat crash. I don't think Tera is bad here. And I can start chipping King Gambit. Yeah, because once now Gouging Fire can cheese us and burn us either with Burning Bulwark. And that was another reason why I chose to go with Fire Tera on Registeel. Because in my practice games, when I was building a team on Showdown, when I wanted to play Registeel, I attacked into a Burning Bulwark and I got burnt, and I was Water Tera initially. So I wanted to fix that matchup. It should just be Heat Crash, right? Oh, this is another how. I want to start removing things though. I think I want a heavy slam here, see how much that does in Tera Blast. He's getting to a point where he can probably remove Porygon, right? So I need to start dealing damage to it. I could have saved my Tera though. Why was I scared of Heat Crash? I don't think I needed the Tera here. That's not doing anything. I should have just body press. That was a misplay by me. I just wanted to see how much it can do to King Gambit. Oh, it's just a bulkier King Gambit. Citrus Berry. That's a cool set. I think King Gambit protects here. Yeah. Really getting baited into that one. Crit didn't matter there. We have +6, so that should always KO. Raging Bolt. Trick Room would have been really good here, but King Gambit is going to be able to KO me, right? I want to try to remove King Gambit. I don't want to sack Porygon just yet. Draco. Oh man, now you gotta switch. Oh wait, I could have just Trick Room. You really doubled that slot? I think he wants to switch out now. I'm gonna body press this slot and wood hammer this slot. That's a good protect. So Registeel, this is the most damage that we've taken thus far. But I can KO King Gambit with Woodhammer. Protect, Registeel. If he doesn't switch Raging Bolt this turn, he's in a bad spot. Oh, he didn't switch. So that should be game, right? Because you're at -2 for the rest of the game. Oh, he Sucker Punched Registeel. What? Alright, so I think it was at like +4. It's crazy how King Gambit can be at +4 and just not seem that scary because you got Registeel on the field. Yeah, he's stuck at -2. So what is your last? I suspect it to be Flutter. Ogrepon, okay. So Ogrepon can crit me potentially. I want to hit it with a Woodhammer too. Oh, he just cancels. Let's go. Okay, I don't think that game was over, but he doesn't know what I had in the back. But my Raging Bolt should pretty much beat his Ogrepon. Once we remove King Gambit, this game is pretty much a wrap, right? I think he should have switched out Raging Bolt to reset the special attack drop, but I get that he was trying to, do as much damage to Registeel as possible, and that's the pressure that it puts on. Like, we're just able to just click powerful Woodhammers into his slots because he can't take his attention off of the Registeel for that period of time. But let's get into one final game. We got Memes and Dreams, and he has Porygon 2 and Amoonguss and Incineroar, which is a scary core. He also has Ogrepon, Raging Bolt, and Ursa-Luna. So Ursa-Luna can be a problem for Registeel. Because I can't Tera to get around. I know I want to bring anti-Amoonguss with these two. We brought Registeel every game, right? How can I not bring it here? I think I'm gonna go Regipori, Ogrepon, Rillaboom. I think if I can play around Ursa-Luna, I can win. And my Registeel is really slow, so I think it can underspeed the the Ursa-Luna. Let's send P2. So I suspect Ursa-Luna and Amoonguss in the back. So we trace Intimidate. Look at this one, the Iron Defense here. And just chip Incineroar. He's going straight out. To Amoonguss, okay. Alright, so we're less bulky, but I mean, you don't have a lot of offense here. Your Porygon can't touch Registeel. So if you didn't bring Ursa Luna, you're in a really bad spot. Oh man, he went for a knockoff. Is it a Spore into that slot too? Nice. So I know you want to switch out Incineroar. I think I just want to follow me to keep Among Us honest. I could have went for Ivy Cudgel here into Incineroar. You gotta Tera something though, right? That's Porygon, okay. If we had Water Tera here, I believe this game would be wrapped up. He's gonna Poison Tera and Spore. Oh, he didn't Poison Tera Porygon. And we're faster than Among Us. He's trick roaming. Interesting. Is it Ursa Luna here? It is. There it is. I don't think he's gonna let me Eerie Impulse here. He should Rage Powder. Or he could just Spore Porygon. The last turn I could have won, right? Yeah, I could have won if I just went for Follow Me. Body pressing a Porygon. Yeah, he's saving his Tera first. You know? He's Fairy. Alright, we are in trouble, boys. And he is Calm Mind. He's trying to respawn me. I'm already asleep. Oh, he's covert cloak. What? Oh, that's crazy. Covert Cloak is insane. Covert Cloak, Calm Mind, Ursaluna. That is so cool. Alright, what did he go for here? Another Calm Mind. I think that's greedy. Because now Trick Room's over and I can just Wood Hammer. I think you have to switch in Incineroar here, right? To just not die from this. I could have doubled up that slot, but I feel like he may protect here, and I wanted to get around the fake out. Oh, it's Porygon. Huh? Oh, you just died of Wood Hammer. I mean, Porygon faints here. Then we have another turn of terrain, right? There's Incineroar. Okay, I want to protect here. I'll go out into Ogrepon. Hyper. So he doesn't have Blood Moon. Alright. So now we're just gonna Wood Hammer again. Hopefully terrain leaves here. Oh, he's almost back to green though. Alright, Incineroar is faster than Registeel, which is not ideal. I don't want Incineroar to get back out. So his play is to Parting Shot. And protect Ursaluna. He hard switched though. Good play. That was a really good play by him. If he didn't hard switch there, I think I would have just won the game right there. Honestly, don't want to protect Registeel here. If I get this call right, I can win, right? Okay. If he targets Rillaboom, we win. It's close. He made the right play. Yeah, good play by him. This is well played by my opponent. I don't see a way out of this. I think I had that hard switch Registeel out. That just feels bad to do that though, right? Yeah, the one turn that I could have won was the turn that he switched out hard switched Incin. Yeah, there was no way that I can make a play around that. Oh, we do KO Ursa-Luna though. My Rillaboom is so low though. It's about to be at -3 when he comes back in. And he has another fake out. If we had got that crit a couple turns ago, I think we would have been in a better spot to win. I could have played around this Ursa-Luna. I mean, should I have just not brought Registeel? I mean, Registeel was so good into everything else, though. Yeah, Incineroar is just still so good. And it's crazy because we have Incineroar P2 on our team, too. I need to remove Incin though. Oh, you spoiled that slot. think a high horsepower crit can win me the game because I don't think Mungus can beat P2. He finally gets the KO there. Well played. I mean, he's super low though. I guess he can pollen puff up. If you pollen puff Incineroar, which he should do that. Yeah, well played. I had a turn that I could have took out Incin too. Incineroar ended up being the carry for this. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I can win this. We can go ahead and run. But well played by my opponent. That was a beautiful match. Yeah, the turn that he left Incin and parting shot it out, he left it vulnerable to an Ivy Cudgel from Ogrepon. I could have removed it then and he wouldn't have had like fake out plus intimidate in the end game, and Rillaboom would have been set up to beat the Ursa-Luna. But if you guys use this team and you go up against Ursa-Luna, you need to remove the Incin or deal with the Amoonguss so that you have really good positioning to get Ursa-Luna off the board so that Registeel can thrive. But that's his only bane, like just powerful ground type attacks, Landorus or Ursa-Luna, because I can't Tera away from the ground weakness. But the Fire Tera is really good into everything else. But let's get into a mid-range review with this team. Alright, getting into a mid-range review with this team, and this team was incredible. So I want to give it a 9 out of 10 just based off the first video alone. This team was extremely fun, and I hope we was able to showcase, you know, how good Registeel is, especially with Porygon and the support that's on this team. This team feels really strong and it feels really consistent, and I really see like the only thing that was giving me trouble was really Ursa-Luna. Ursa-Luna being able to hit you with Earth Power before and after you Tera, and you can't get away from it, is really the only difficult thing that you go into with this team. You do have counterplay with, you know, Rillaboom and Ogrepon resisting the ground and Raging Bolt being able to Tera, but if they get a Blood Moon set up properly against this team, then it is hard to deal with. But other than that, this team has really good matchup into the format. I think the Firewater Grass Core of Rillaboom, Incineroar, Ogrepon really do support Registeel in a very strong fashion, and I think that it is really easy to get it set up, and especially when you're alongside Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt is just threatening so much damage that it's hard to ignore it, and when you are ignoring it, then Registeel is able to just freely set up. And you see, like, even against Flutter Mane, like, we're able to just deal with Flutter Mane, and I think that that's a really cool niche that Registeel has, that it does threaten Flutter Mane, which makes Flutter Mane play passive, and when Flutter Mane is playing passive, you're able to freely like set up the RN defense. And the Eerie Impulse is just so essential in helping Registeel be able to take a lot of these special hits while it's already going for iron defense. But that's going to be it for a mid-range review. If you like this type of team, there's a rental code up at the top right, as well as a Pokepaste down in the description below. And go ahead and subscribe for me if you like these type of teams I'm putting out. Very competitive teams built around a specific Pokemon, whether it's a new Pokemon or something that I feel like is just really good in the format. And we're figuring out how to make it work. But that's going to be it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, deuces.